Welcome to the first episode podcast.
Wow.
Episode
What a song.
5. It's the best. It's the best. I'm Brian. Of course, that's Don. Hey, Donnie.
Hey-o. Cheers.
Cheers to you, my friend. And of course, rounding out the boys of Bummer, as I've started to call us, Rico.
The trio
I guess I'm the captain of that squad.
Without a
Trio
doubt.
Who can be
Terror.
more of a bummer than me? No one, I say.
Nobody on planet Earth can be more of a bummer than
yeah,
Rico.
I'm not even gonna try. You're gonna win every time.
It's a
Yep.
waste of your time.
Exactly right. Well, so speaking of people that are bummers, I have to share this video. This has nothing to do with television reviews, but it made me laugh so hard. This video on Instagram, and you'll know why towards the very end. But basically, cat people. I'm a dog person. I have nothing against cats. I'll probably get a cat after my larger dog, who is a psycho piece of shit, dies.
Yeah.
But
Cats are cool.
yeah, I mean, they're fine. But I'm a dog person. However, cat people are weirdos, and but the thing is, usually you understand cats. At least you understand they're semi-feral. Like, cats come and go. You can't control the cat.
Yeah.
The cat's going to do
yeah.
what it wants to do, right? It's going to go off and do what it wants to do. So
It
video,
is the opposite of a dog in a way, where it will attack you for no reason.
yes. So here is a video I found on Instagram. It's a cat sitting on top of a car, right? Just on top of a guy's car. And
Yeah.
I'll play the audio. Listen to this insanity. Hold on, let me make sure to unmute it, since they always mute these things for some reason. All right, ready?
Clear. You're upset because we made friends
that coming
with your
through?
cat.
You're unreasonable people. You're holding our cat. Go in your yard and say, Mercury, go home. Don't come in our yard anymore.
She
They
will
want
not
you
live.
to-
She's a cat. She doesn't speak English. It's a cat, dude.
Really? Okay. All right. Well, we'll have the police department.
I'm going to call the police
Absolutely.
because my cat's in the yard.
Cat pervert.
Listen.
I've done nothing to bring the
Cat
cat.
pervert.
I've done nothing to bring the. Just want to be clear.
Cat. It's the best.
Oh, I love it.
Of all the things.
I love it.
You don't understand cats, obviously,
No.
and that cats are going to go and lie in whatever they want to do. They're going to lie. The car is warm. It's going to go lie in the sun. And when a person gives you the rational response that you cannot, in English, explain to the cat that it has to leave your yard politely, because cats are not fluent in English.
No,
The response-
no. It's like, you're a cat pervert. You're
pervert.
you're a fucking cat pervert, bro. Don't cat perv on my fucking cat.
Guilty as charged.
Don't give me that shit like you can't tell my cat to leave, you cat perv.
I was trying to think what a legitimate cat pervert would be, because you think about it, if you're a real cat
I
pervert.
bet he's dressed really cool.
Oh, for sure. Well, you know, the guy that's yelling cat pervert is in fact himself a cat pervert. Like, that's the kind of guy that's trying
Yeah.
to tuck
Who
cat
would think
buttholes
of
in.
such a thing?
Absolutely.
Right.
Number one. Absolutely. I'm like, what is that guy doing to the cat that he's so jealous already that he's calling this guy a cat pervert?
It's the pot calling the cattle black.
Oh.
Get it? K-A-T. C-A. No, it's still. Why did I say K-A-T? It's
Well,
still
you
spelled the
just-
same way as cattle.
It's the cat calling the kettle black.
The cat calling the cattle. It's like you said, a kettle. It's a cattle.
Yeah.
Like the animal.
Well,
the
I
cow,
don't
the
like
herd
people who
cow.
let their cats roam around. They piss me off.
You don't
I
like
just-
it. You're like a more indoor cat guy. You like keep
Well,
them inside.
so
deep.
that-
I
that's
kept
the
my
thing.
cats inside when we had cats.
Happened to me a long time, like 12 years ago. I used to park my car at this place long time ago. I parked on the driveway. And I came out one day and I noticed all of these scratches on the trunk of my car. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
You're like,
I was-
which
I was
ex-girlfriend did I piss off this time?
There's only one.
It wasn't that, because the windows were intact. I would've-
The
No.
gas
did
was still
have
in the
to-
tank. She hadn't sucked it
Yeah.
out through a hose.
I did have to replace the windshield a couple times because of
No,
her. But
really?
these were just like deep scratches. I had no idea what was going on. I thought maybe like I brushed this tree, but that didn't even make sense. Like one of those thorny bushes. And
Turns
then
out your son
finally
is
I
just
saw
a
this-
werewolf that hates cars.
Yeah, I just saw this cat sitting on my car. I'm like, you motherfucker. If I had a BB gun, I would have drilled that thing.
Well, you know
It was
my
just someone's
horrible cat story.
Like, get your fucking cat in the house. Scratch
Well,
my
it's-
car.
Well,
that
now
car,
we have
that
all
cat's saying, "Get your fucking car in the garage."
Get your car out of my cat spot.
Like that
So-
cat is its enemy is your car's paint finish.
Yeah.
And
Well,
have
you know,
any private property rights.
LA's got so many feral cats in it. And I told you guys this horrible story of mine, which is that a cat crawled under my car. And I don't know if it crawled up there to die explicitly or if it died from the car running, but it was like under the car. It wasn't in the engine where it would get massacred, but it got stuck in there. And I'm driving around with it. My wife comes outside and she's like, she's got a better sense of smell than I do. She's like, something stinks. And I'm like, it's fine. I don't smell anything.
Brian's like,
And
it's my friend. Leave my friend alone. It's like,
He's used to bad smells wherever you are.
Well, she's like, did you fart? I'm like, no. Why didn't? No. So I get in the car, I'm driving
That was
around.
3 minutes ago. What
Did you
are you
eat a
acting
cat?
outraged that someone would accuse you of farting? You just took a
look.
shit. You take a shit every 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's
Right.
why I don't have to fart that much. I'm always shitting it out. But anyway, so I get in the car, I'm driving it, and eventually, after a few days of her being like, "This car, it stinks by your car," I notice that there's maggots under the car, and I'm like, "All right, something's amiss here." So go to the first.
you
first
ran
I drive
over.
to play
You
golf.
ran over a cat.
No,
Liar.
this thing was so far in the car. No, this cat was so far in the car. I was trying to get it out, like jab it out, and it wouldn't come out. This is the worst idea. I then had to drive across LA
This
to
is a
play golf.
decomposing cat
Yes.
body that you're like, I'm gonna
And it's
poke it out.
dangling out. Its paws are dangling. So I'm like, here's my theory. I go, look, it's hot out. It's probably going to fall apart. I'm just going to drive. I had to drive like 30 miles to go play golf in like Van Nuys. So I'm like, it'll fall out on the freeway. I'm intentionally going over speed bumps at faster speed than usual, hoping that it'll scrape the cat off. None of it worked. None of it worked. That thing was so in there. So I take it to the mechanic and I'm like, guys, this sucks, but I need to get this cat out. So they put it up, they jack it up. The guy goes over and he's pulling on it. Wait. He's pulling on it with pliers. He can't get it out. They have a junkyard dog that comes over. The guy's like, I'm going to take a break. The junkyard dog comes over, grabs the cat paws, and is literally yanking on it. This is like out of a cartoon, like a sick Russian cartoon. It's yanking the cat under my car, and eventually the guy and the dog together managed to get the cat out from under the car.
The dog mechanic got the car out, or the cat out.
And of course, when they were done, they called me a cat pervert, and I was like, I didn't fuck this cat before it went in my car.
Right? They're like, hey man, next time just break up with the cat, man. You don't got to kill it.
If anything, this cat has fucked me by costing me $50. Oh, and also after pulling this cat carcass out, the entire mechanic facility and the dog help, I'm like, what? Hey, can I? What do I owe you? Can I give you, $50, $100 for it? And he's like, Dad, don't worry about it. And I'm like, nicest guys. He's like, we do it all the time.
Right? Yes. We see it every day.
This was
You
what
should
gets
start
us
charging
through the
for
day.
it. You'd make more money. Come on.
Yeah, right. I go in there,
Oh,
I jam a cat in there every 3 days to make an
Those
extra.
guys
50.
are doing
I ended up forcing. I
car
forced him to take
fresh.
$50. I was like, take $50. Anyway.
He's like, no,
Cat
man,
pervert.
my dog already ate the cat. It's fine.
All right, cat perverts. What do you want to do? Do you want to start off with from couple to throuple first and finish with M.A.S.H, or do you want to start with M.A.S.H?
I can go with couple to throuple.
All right,
Yeah.
couple to
It's
throuple.
Which
M.A.S.H.
I
lower of
absolutely despised.
I thought you were going to say you loved it.
No.
I already
hated it.
signed up for next season.
Don, I know you would have. By the way, so it's hosted by some guy, something Austin
Oh,
Scott.
and they already
I don't
rejected
know.
me.
Is this guy? Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, I think they have a sixth sense. Like, you have to be a massive douchebag. Like, the people, I'm showing this one photo. I have no idea if the guy who hosts the show is supposed to be somebody I recognize.
I had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
No, I thought he had a weird haircut. It's like a monk with
It's like a
dreadlock.
mop. Yeah,
Yeah.
monk mop.
I liked it, but I was
He's
like,
got the
I want-
black version of a mullet, really,
I don't
is what it
have
is.
It's like a weird fade. You should have faded the other way.
Yeah, like Stevie Wonder has a black mullet now. 'cause
Was
he's
he
bald
a
in front.
throuple
Yeah.
expert because they had a therapist who was a
It's a
polyamorous
threat
therapist
spurt.
specialist?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're a fucking specialist in this. Okay.
Yeah, but this show.
Yeah,
So the
I'm a
premise of the
specialist
show.
in stupid shit.
To tell everybody the premise of the show, it is they go to a resort. There was like four couples or five, I think four couples that were there. All douchebags, by the way, wall to wall douchebags.
Well, who else is gonna sign up?
Well, exactly. I mean, I mean, look, I have a friend who was polyamorous and now has rescinded that. Now he's just going for amorous because it never worked out. And it never works out, by the way.
No one ever
So-
goes poly.
So you got these 4 couples, but the thing is, none of them had ever done a throuple before. They like were open to it, but the more you hear from them, it doesn't seem like they actually are. So they have these couples, they meet a bunch of singles, and then they pair up, like they pick a person to spend the night with, and it kind of goes from there. So I'll be honest, I actually was intrigued enough by the first episode that I watched the second episode, which was a little bit of a letdown. No, I watched it. Well, the fact that they had a girl showing her beautiful tits, full topless at the end of episode 1, I was like, I gotta see if I get more of this.
You fell for it. So
Did you not finish the episode, Rico, to see the end?
No, I saw them. I said those were good. I didn't like the above the neck part, but
no, the above the neck wasn't great. Well, I would say this: the black chicks on the show banging.
I'd like to
A lot
bring
of hot
up.
black chicks.
Here's something I noticed about this throuple show. The couples look like each other, and then they pick another person that looks like them too, which I thought was interesting. And then it just made me realize that all these people just care about themselves so much that they just want to keep looking at people that look like them as they bone them. And
that makes sense.
Yeah,
and that for sure chose a dude that was very very much like them.
The first couple chose a girl that looks just like the other girl. They're basically
so wait, which was the first couple? There was who I was calling douchebag Dylan Lazarian.
It was the guy that had like a beard that you could have like painted on. It
clearly
did look natural.
Clearly dyed. Clearly dyed black. He was like a muscle douche, like the empirical muscle douche.
Yes.
Every fake Batista.
Yeah. Anyway you could fake change your color, he did. Like over tan.
And same thing with the girlfriend. Like they are the total epitome of like the power douche athletic bro couple.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we train people, that's what we do. And he's just like hulking out.
It's gonna be hard to
stupid.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to care when they have feelings and they start crying and you go, you guys are trash.
You guys are glossing over the biggest problem with the show. Why would anyone want to be in a throuple? Why?
Well, the throuple is
if
easy.
You want to bang other
because you
people,
can leave. You can leave at any time. It's the people in the marriage that are screwed.
Because the couple is one person. That's why.
Fucking have threesomes or have an open relationship. Why would you want another person to deal with the life stress?
Well, that's why. Well, you don't choose like the same person to be your spouse, and that's just as empty as you on the inside. You got to fill that.
I think it's something. I think there's a power
with
structure.
Another person that looks the same way.
I think there's a couple reasons. Number one, you're entering in a relationship where they're going to take care of you, and you're like the sex baby, right? Because you're like the adopted sex child. Fuck way to think about it. But I swear to God, a lot. That's
another thing too. Yeah, it does look like they're choosing a child version.
You're going
to
a foster care home, and you're like, I'll take that one. She looks special. So they pick their sex baby, and then that person now has the option of like, I mean, if you're a sociopath, you probably would get into the throupling and then just try to break them up to get sick pleasure out of it.
Yeah,
why would you
that's what I would do.
None of them go, let's get a throuple and then invest our 3 incomes wisely.
No, they're not running back.
I'd be like, wow, man, that's 3 incomes. They could really do some damage.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're thinking that way. They're just more of like,
none of the top Fortune 500 companies are run by throuples that I'm aware of.
No. Right.
Did you hear the black guy's logic for why he wanted a third person in the relationship? He's like, I need someone for my girlfriend to talk to.
Oh, yeah.
Who's not me, but also be intimate with. What?
I mean,
what?
Are you criticizing that, Rico? That he made the most sense of anybody. I mean, talk about a genius play. Now he doesn't have to talk to his wife at all or the other chick. He gets to bang 2 hot black chicks and not talk to either of them.
No, but if he applied himself, he could like find that in one person, like most people.
But why, if you could have it in 2 and then you don't have to talk to the one person? It's genius, actually. He's a fucking Kanye West level genius. He's going to be insulting Jews any day now.
Well, the two people are going to realize we don't even need this dude.
Yeah, they're like, what do we need?
Yeah, it's only a matter of it's only a matter of minutes before he goes, oh man, probably I shouldn't have replaced myself so easily.
He's going to end up back on the show as the single, and the only couple that picks him is the gay couple. He's like, oh man.
That's another thing I
Come
didn't
on, man.
completely understand. It seemed like some of the couples weren't exactly on the same page, but I guess they
At all.
ended up being on the same page.
You'd think
about
they
what
would have
kind of
talked about it
gender.
beforehand.
Like, I thought one of the couples was like the girl wanted a guy and the guy wanted a girl.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck.
Well, there's every time there was a mixed couple, I was like, this guy's straight. I was like, there's no way they're going to pick a guy. Because the guy is not going to go along with it. He's not going to be like, yep, I want another dick in the room. Like, none of them said they're bisexual. Everyone was like, I am straight. It's like, okay, there's no drama to this show because clearly you're not going to find out you're gay in the middle of this.
Yeah, and the only ones who wanted to add a dick to the room, they already had two dicks in the room.
Yeah.
They're already tired with each other's dicks. They need
that was a letdown, too. I thought the gays would at least, like, experiment with some vag.
Right. No holes without a rod.
Yeah.
Did you? Well,
I'm sure you noticed they focused
sticking
in
to
on
their
like
guns.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan's crotch like 10 times.
Oh yeah, the guy Chris,
like, okay,
surfer guy who, by the way, was ugly, and most of the singles I thought were pretty ugly, unattractive, except for like Peach, the black chick Peach was I thought pretty banging. Who's an exotic dancer? Found her Instagram, by the way. Maybe I'll put that in the show notes.
Maybe you'll,
did you already slide into her
Southwest
DMs?
I certainly hope so. Slide to her DMs.
Yeah.
Are you related to Princess Peach from Mario? She's like, I am black. I'm like, I don't see color.
You're like, I am hard.
I did like that they, sorry, that guy, surfer guy Chris. Yeah, they showing his bulge, which by the way, if you buy shorts that are specifically cut to force your ball sack up in front of your leg, any guy's going to look like he has a big bulge. Like, ready?
I thought you were going to say, tell us where you get the shorts. Is that?
I mean, get a rubber band. He probably just put a rubber band over the top of his cock and under his balls to prop him up.
Wow, like an old showman's trick.
Yeah. Hey, come see my giant balls and drink some of this magic tonic that cures herpes, HIV, and all the cough, whooping cough.
Right. Vaudeville strippers.
I like that. One thing I did like was they're like, look, all of you are going home with somebody in your bedroom. I like that they were like, you will be forced to throuple. There's no option to like take it easy. They're like, day one, someone's coming and sleeping in the bed with you. And that's it. Like that. They're going in.
You're getting an infectious disease. It's happening. You came here.
Well,
it's happening.
At least one of the couples banged. I don't know. It was that guy with the beard that you were talking about. I forget.
Dick Blazarian.
The
muscle bunch boned.
He was banging someone. I couldn't tell who. If he was.
Well, it looked like he was double finger banging it when they were making out, which was cracking me up. Because it looked like two hands were going like machine gun style. He's like, bah, 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 like finger guns. He's just
shooter.
Disappointing two women at once with his little T-Rex muscle arms.
That's why I'll never do a threesome. Disappointing multiple women at the same time. No need.
Exactly.
One at a time is enough.
I'll tell you, that guy sucked. He did bone, and they seemed to like have. Although the girl after they fucked, she was like, I don't know. I'm not into that guy. I like the girl. And he's just oblivious because he's just a muscle doofus.
He's like, oh, no.
I liked how they were in the bathroom before I think the girl came and they were like talking about like what they liked about her. And he was just like, I love her body or this or that. I'm like, wow, that's very bold. But I guess once you're on the throuple, then you pretty much... They know.
You can lay it out.
I thought it was weird that the bathroom was separated with a little wall, and then it was the bedroom.
It seemed like the tits, which we saw. Thank you for showing us the tits, Peacock.
Right, and I guess now everybody has to redesign their bedrooms so that the bathroom is right up against your bed, so you can see.
I don't know if I told you this when I was in Cleveland one time. I was there working. Yeah, I was there working, and the hotel I stayed at, which is like a shitty Days Inn, which Rico said has now been torn down, had a giant hole cut in the side of the shower. It had 2 shower curtains, one in the bathroom where you open it up and step into the bathtub, and one through the wall of the bathroom that you open up, and you could watch TV or jerk off in front of somebody on a couch, whatever you want to do. It was the strangest shit I've ever seen.
I like that idea. Yeah, so the tub is the star.
Man. I've never seen
you can be in the tub. Ever. That's real Scarface, right? You're in the tub.
Tub watching TV.
I'm watching TV. That's really cool.
Crazy. You know, people don't do that enough in their own home design. They don't have their own. You know, I mean,
if I had the room for it, I would definitely have a full.
I mean,
TV
you just did a remodel. How did you not put one in?
I don't have the room.
If I have the room, you made the room.
I'm just gonna get those Apple glasses. You know, that goes over. You can just fuck around with shit and spin it all around. But that's the thing. With those, I guess you can see through. That's better than a real VR headset. Especially if you like the VR porn, because at least it's like a window and you can see if somebody's opening the door to come in and surprise you.
Yeah, right. It's kind of neat. You get, well, unless they like scramble the video feed that's showing you what you think is reality.
It'd be funny if somebody hacked into VR porn and is just watching a guy, and right as he can tell he's about to come, he just puts his bank info up, and he's like, "Pay me, or you're never coming again." He's like, he's holding my balls ransom.
I've hacked your wiener.
I know when you're about to come. I have the algorithm.
So that's going to be Elon Musk with the Neuralink.
Oh yeah, dude.
He's doing only step 1, but now it's.
Let's say you buy
stopping people from coming unless they pay for Twitter.
They tell you can watch stuff through it, but it's probably recording all sorts of things that you're not expecting, like your heart rate.
I would imagine.
The way you breathe.
They're stealing our heart rates.
All right, back to the show.
Yeah. They'll figure out a way to profit on it. You give them a minute.
Sure.
They'll do it.
I got to talk about the couple. It was like the 2 blondes. You say they look a lot alike. There was a tall hipster fucking couple, and the dude on it is such a douchebag. He's the kind of guy you instantly know you hate and want to, like, you know, he's the guy that's going to fucking complain about stupid woke shit. He's going to one-up you in every conversation. He's going to, like, just be the biggest fucking cocksucker. And his name, of course, what's his name?
Brian.
Wilder.
Oh.
Yes, Brian. Wilder. If you're naming, I guarantee he wasn't named Wilder. I guarantee he changed his name to that, because that's a name only a douchebag has. And unless his parents were massive douchebags as well, which is possible, how do you end up with that name? You're destining your kid to be a total cunt.
Heard of him with that name.
Wilder. I know. I thought it was the girl. I couldn't tell because it was Corey and Wilder. I was like, which one's which?
In all fairness, everybody on that show is pretty douchey, but he does. He takes like the douche cake, as they say.
100%.
I mean, wouldn't you say though you have to be even more of a douche to sign up as a single for that show?
I think those people are just trying to be on TV.
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
that's the way to
they really
because look, you don't have to bang them.
I guess everybody on there is trying to be on TV, but the singles even more so. They're like, they don't even. They remind me of the models from the show with the briefcases, where they're just kind of there.
Those girls are hot.
Yeah, these were not. Almost.
Yeah, nobody's hot anymore. Everybody's ugly.
There were like 2, like Peach was a hot chick. There was one white chick who was okay, and then there was like one of their black chicks who was okay.
You mean
okay? There was one handsome black man who stepped forward to try to bang one of the.
You mean he was very horny. He was like, I'm with anybody. I'll just he was like every time. I was like, somebody needs to pick him. This guy will bring some shit to the table.
He was a massive, very
eager
beast. That's scary. If you're not, I mean, I understand why you're not picking like the 6'7" Mandingo dick for your first throw.
We got to ease into this.
Yeah, well, there's
you need a few trial runs first.
It's like a first date, though. You're not going out, it's not buying prostitution, but they made it seem that way. But I guess they could take it slow, but none of those people are there to take it slow.
Nah, well,
the gay guys were there to take it slow. They were just freaking out.
Oh, no. By the way, no. The next episode, I tell you, I watched the next episode to see if I saw more nudity. No, in the next morning, there's like them under the sheets, and there's just like hands jerking and stains expanding on the sheets. No, they had.
I mean, that's taking it slow for gay people, though, right?
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
That's not even a date. That's like just walking by a guy on the street. It just happens. I remember my sister's friend Gandhi.
They could all
he
be
used to
individually
disappear.
masturbating by themselves.
No, they were not. This is clearly cross masturbation. I can tell by the body types. I
no.
slow mode it. I slow mode it. And like the Zapruder film, I was tracking the cum stains and where they were shooting from. And I was like, back and to the left, back and to the left.
You can see it. That's a crossbody grab.
I was like, good technique. That's a reverse dingle. That's what you call that.
Ooh, I think is that where reach around comes from.
Yep. By the way, you know what else I want to see? They have all these singles that are there to fuck. Can we get a shot of the post picking ceremony singles orgy room? Can I get a live feed of that?
Ooh, that might be even more fun. Like, what are the people that didn't get picked doing?
Fucking why would you not?
I guess hand jobs, probably.
Doing push-ups and sit-ups. But no, seriously, give me that camera. Give me that backstage camera of the bunk room where all these people are just lubing up to fuck immediately after they're not picked. Like, you're all horned up anyway.
Well, honestly, though, do you want to see the side footage from a porn? Probably not. No. Like the fluffer footage.
I'll watch it all. I want to know the process. I want to know what goes into the sausage.
You're an enthusiast.
I would think that other part of the house is more interesting.
Yeah.
Because
all right, you want to see the behind the scenes?
Completely there to party. They don't care.
Yeah.
No.
I want to see if they're strategizing.
Relationship.
You want to see the drugs they're doing, all the good stuff.
Oh yeah, they're like, here's your ecstasy for the night. But also, like, I bet they're strategizing. They're like, wow, how do you think I can get up in that ass? How do you think we can convince like the gay guys or strategize on how to win over like the straight guy to get him in there? Mm-hmm. That's what I want to hear.
Maybe they'll show it. Maybe
he's
we gotta
like,
watch
I tell you what, if he bends over, I'm just gonna slide a thumb in his ass and we'll see where it goes.
I'm gonna pretend it's somebody else's thumb.
I was pretty surprised this show was on Peacock. Of all
Me too. I was looking on Netflix.
I'm like, this isn't on Netflix. Where the hell is this show? It's on Peacock.
Fucking
the worst thing about it,
Peacock.
The worst thing about it is I've been using my friend's account for like 3 years to watch WWE, and it has recently watched. And I'm trying to like figure out how to delete the recently watched.
That works on your phone.
You're gonna get the calls like, "Hey man, my kid watches wrestling, man. I get you can't be on that."
Yeah, blame it on your son. Like, I don't know. These 15-year-olds are on to grumbling now.
You're getting kicked off. You have to start spending $5.99 a month on your own, man.
I'm taking him to counseling because all he does is watch Throuples.
How do you delete this stuff? Come on.
They're like, they go, how did he overuse the area of the digital boobs? Like on a videotape where
the tape works in somehow. The quality of the streaming quality breaks down.
Same clip over and over again.
He's stretching the bandwidth for the entire system. It can't handle.
I don't think people have to do that anymore.
No.
That's like when we were kids. We had to.
When I was a kid, I remember I could put the back of the TV on channel 4 and then go to the one channel below the porn channel, and then
you see the wavy gravy.
Yeah, kind of meet in the middle. That was like you felt like a hacker at that time. Yeah. And then every once in a while, you'd be like, "That was a full boob."
Once in a blue moon, it would like it would de-scramble for like 2 seconds.
You'd get the full shot, and you're like, "Wow,
awesome." Well, I remember Erica Eleniak in Under Siege, where she pops out of like a cake and her beautiful
out of the cake
on display. Oh, the amount of times I jerked it to that scene. I taped it and I watched it again. I wore the tape out again.
And then if you're done jerking it, then you just watch Steven Seagal kick ass on the boat.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a perfect boner come down. It's a perfect post come down watching Steven Seagal knife people in the throat. They should put that in more porns. Like Pornhub, they got the clip. You come. Give me some action after that. Give me an action movie.
Give me like a Bruce Lee punching combo.
Give me a Van Damme. Give me a Cyborg extra. That's gonna be cheap to license. Or Time Cop. Give me a scene from Time Cop as I'm coming down from my erection.
Well, while you guys were talking about this nonsense,
you figured it out.
I was talking about Time Cop. How dare you?
Time cock.
Googlers told me how to erase it, and it worked. You have to go to the last episode series, and then fast forward to the end, and then it'll end it.
I guess as long as you don't talk about it on a platform that'll forever be, digitized, then he'll know. And good thing nobody listens to this show.
7 people an episode.
Yay, 7.
Kids are going bonkers in the next room. Sorry if you guys are hearing that. Sorry. All right. So what do you guys think? So what do you
log in and watch? We can get up to 10 viewers.
I know. I'll just strap my kids to iPhones so make sure they get those views up. I start my own content farm. So wait. So what do you guys think of the show? What do you grade it? Any final thoughts?
I'm not going to watch it again.
0.0.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, and for shows that they're really trying these days to give you any kind of alternative to a dating show. Yeah. And so they're all really trying hard. This one reached out, and I don't know. The people are just disgusting. I don't care about them.
I also hate that. If I liked any of the Throuples, I might be more. Like I said, I watched the second episode just to see if there was going to be more full frontal nudity. Because I
got to say, if they show more like sexy booby stuff, I'd watch it.
Right.
Because then you're watching. That's basically porn now. Give me some porn. Like, show me how the porn is made.
Yeah. The second episode was boring. They did this thing where they had like the people get pushed, like they did sexy things in front of them to make them jealous, which kind of worked for people and made them uncomfortable. But less sex, no more nudity, and I was like, I'm out. These people are too annoying. There's not enough drama. I'm sure they'll mix it up later, but I give it a 5 out of 10. I will not keep watching after that second episode.
Wow, are you a generous grader?
That was the concept was interesting. And again, I appreciate the full frontal nudity, Rico. That's not worth at least 2 points.
It wasn't full frontal. It was just titties.
Well, it was full. Yeah, it's true. It was just
full
titties.
frontal. I didn't see any.
Well, no, sorry, not Bush. But
I think they only showed it because they were talking about piercing.
Topless pierced titties, and they were nice breasts.
Yeah, about piercing, so they showed
That's worth 5 points to me. It went from a 0 to 5 right there.
Yeah, I guess so. 2.5 points per titty.
In this day and age, it's not hard to find nice tits.
On Peacock, it is. That's a family-friendly network, Rico. That makes it extra hot. That's an extra level of bonerific when it's on.
Who approved this show? It's amazing.
Some genius.
Some horny ass.
Hey, look, we're watching episode.
Some horny ass dude is trying to bring in a third chick to his relationship.
Yeah, or like the dickhead Blazarian looking guy. He was like, I just want to normalize this type of love. So it's some Peacock executive who really wants to get another person in his marriage, and he's like, this is the only way my wife's going to go for it. I'm going to make her watch this whole show.
If you're an executive and you want another person in a relationship, you got anyone. You're rich.
No, you're going to get
buy your wife a
Weinstein.
nice purse later.
You're going to get who's the host of the Today Show? You're going to get Matt Lauer. And that was a voluntary relationship, and he still got canned for doing it.
Exactly. Right, Don't have a relationship. Come on.
Yeah, just pay him. Pay him to leave. Pay him to leave. High-cost prostitutes. Yeah, all right, on to M.A.S.H. Which, by the way,
wow.
To talk about M.A.S.H. So let me just tell you real quick. M.A.S.H. The movie M.A.S.H. is amazing.
Wait, M.A.S.H. Wait, first of all, what is it? Medical.
Oh God, what is this?
Medical Army. Surgical hospital.
Mobile Army Surgical Hospital. That's what it says.
Boom.
So it takes place during the Korean War, which is interesting.
Right, in the 50s. But the show's from the 80s, right?
Yeah, I was under the impression it was the Vietnam War.
Yeah, I thought so too until like in the opening. They're singing Korean pop tunes, which I liked. I liked the opening. Guys hitting golf balls, dancing around to Korean pop.
Oh, yeah. You know why they may have gone with the Korean War instead of the Vietnam War? Because the Korean War was further back in time, so you were allowed to be more offensive, racist.
Oh, and they were.
God,
I can't wait.
I was shocked by this.
Oh, jaw dropping. I know exactly the thing you're saying, but hold on, wait. Before we get into it, let me just set the stage again for people. So
it was intense. We're not intense. It was interesting.
It was. I laughed. I laughed out of shock and appreciation at one point.
Yes.
But to set the stage, so this is a series based off the popular film M.A.S.H., which starred
was a movie before
and Donald. Yeah, and the movie's fantastic. Fantastic.
Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was a movie.
Donald Sutherland is in it. And it's interesting in the show, I feel like they almost reversed the casting on their characters. But it also had a chick named Sally Kellerman in it, who played the original Hot Lips Houlihan, the blonde. And funny story, I worked for her husband, who was a big film producer, Jonathan Crane, went to their house, met Sally Kellerman, very nice, met my ex-girlfriend, who was the assistant to Jonathan Crane, who later sued him for sexual harassment.
Did you know your ex-girlfriend
Jonathan
was
Crane
going to be there?
I think that he would cheat on Sally Kellerman all the time, but she was a sweet broad. So that's my story about M.A.S.H. It's the original M.A.S.H. So this is a surgical unit in the Korean War, and it's a very anti-war, but it's also very funny, sarcastic, dark humor. And the show alternates between a funny joke and then just like depressing, sober reality, war is hell. But I think it juggles it well. It does a good job. And of course, it's got the most iconic theme, other than Cheers, maybe in all of television. Cheers of the Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
you remember that. I remember that.
Yeah. It's very sad.
Suicide is painless. It is, yeah.
That theme is so, yeah. Did you say it's sad? Because it's not very uplifting.
The song.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's
terrible. Down.
Guys, the song is called "Suicide is Painless," and it was M.A.S.H. They convinced a doctor who wanted to kill himself that he was actually having a suicide, and they drugged him, and they made him think he was actually, like, they did a funeral, and they like made him think he was going to be dead, and they sang that "Suicide is Painless" song. I mean, it's a depressing song, and that's your.
And then they
M.A.S.H.
use it as when I was a kid, M.A.S.H. would come on. You know, you got the TV on. You're a kid.
Yeah.
They usually show kids shows, cartoons, and then it transitions into the adult programming.
It was like
and
Star
I remember
Trek
that
and then M.A.S.H.
Yeah, and I remember the M.A.S.H. song coming on, and it was my cue to go change the channel and turn it off. I never watched it as a kid. I always thought it was weird. I never wanted to know what it was about.
I'm exactly. I remember that song from the end of it because I think it was on. It was probably like the syndication hour, like 7:30, and then like at 8 o'clock there would be something on you'd want to watch.
Yeah.
So whatever that was. So I always remember turning on the TV and seeing that outro at like 7:58 and waiting for whatever show I wanted to watch.
And you're like, I'm safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that show.
See, I oddly enough
music does not draw in the youthful audience.
No,
it was really weird.
I watched it. It was like Cheers and M.A.S.H. were back to back, and I really liked Cheers when I was in like middle school, high school, and M.A.S.H. was on right before or after it. So I ended up watching M.A.S.H. But it's a funny show. I mean, did you guys?
I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. I thought it was good. My take was they're doing the Korean War because it's too close to the Vietnam War. And they're using this is like a therapy tool for all the dudes that were in Vietnam to try to reflect back and try to remember funny things of the war. And that's why they're showing you absurd stuff like Hawaiian shirts and golfing and martinis and gin distilleries.
I think it's also
and trying to like maybe soften what was real because war is not nice like that.
I don't think it's that, dude. I don't think it's that. I think it's that they're showing that craziness. It's like gallows humor. It's like why the Jews and the Irish are known for like senses of humor because you go through like these shit times, and the only thing you can do is laugh at it and find absurdity and find escape. And that's like they're showing like their reality is so dark of like kids, people coming in that are just gushing blood. Who like I like the line. They're like, look, our point in surgery is like par. We just want par. We're not trying to like birdie. We're not trying to heal. We're just trying to get them to the next place out of our tent and keep them alive that long. And showing like the wackiness and people fucking each other and drinking and because you're like, what else are we gonna do? Like this is our reality is so horrible. We got to find crazy shit to distract us the rest of the time. We're going to lose our minds.
And I'm sure they did, but I don't think it looked ever like that. Like with beautiful blondes and like olives and martinis. And, but maybe that is part of it, right? Trying to pretend like, let's say if we could go to war and I don't know. It was just very interesting to see that setting, right? Where they're like, oh, this is a setting of a war, but
Yeah.
it's Three's Company. We're all having
Yeah.
fun.
Well,
They
got
explained
this is what-
the Korean kid that they were sending to college.
Yeah.
Like, where did he come from?
I
They're
love
slave.
it.
They're
Oh.
slave. They're
Well,
they're
he's-
pet
he's
slave
there.
that they're going to send to
They're all-
college someday.
I guess he's the insurgent.
Onion.
But he's the bartender because if they're trying to liberate the country,
they found him in a bush. That's where, if it was the Vietnam War, they could have had him pop out of a tunnel in the tent, and then they're like, "We're gonna keep him."
I guess short round tested well, maybe for
yeah
for Indiana Jones. We're like, well, throw a short round in there.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, so this is where Alan Alda, by the way, really blew up. Was M.A.S.H. So
he was old in this show.
I know he never changed. He's just one of those people that's always old.
Yeah,
born old.
It's Larry David. They were
He's like
born in
Benjamin
their mid 40s.
Yeah,
I do like
instead
though
of crying, they just start complaining and ask for coffee.
the parts of the show that are very just sitcom-y are great, where the one-liners are there and the back and forth between the two characters.
Well, the misogyny.
So it does have good writing.
Yeah, and the misogyny and the racism, but racism among friends. Like I like so. There's a great line. He's like, "Hey, if you don't move to a chick," he's like, "If you don't move, I'm gonna have to cut around your B cups." Hilarious.
That was like the first minute of the show. I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. Also, the montage of him hitting on the girl, where he's just creepily around all the time, and then he's just
grabbing her,
going to town on. Yeah, I'll grab you, and then I guess he could just start making out with her neck, and that's cool.
Yeah. Well, they're clearly into it.
Yeah, it's her job to say no.
Yeah, exactly.
So many ways.
And she's not saying no at all. She's like hanging out. Yeah,
none of that would fly.
I was actually amazed the show is still allowed to be on Hulu. Like the Cancel Brigade has not gone through old TV shows yet.
No, I guarantee that first episode does not air because there's the one line I know you guys know. One line, the jaw dropper, which is there's a black doctor, which is progressive, right? Black doctor in the 50s, okay. But I guess in wartime, any port in a storm, right? for the military then. But progressive black doctor, and he's taking a nap, and they're talking about like making money, I think, for the kid they're trying to put through college or something, or to buy medicine. And they're like, well, maybe we can sell spear chucker here while he's asleep. I was like,
It's actually worse than that. Did you watch the credits?
No. Oh no. What was it?
Oh, no.
That's his identity in the
spear
credits.
chucker.
Yes.
Well, it's his nickname. It's like Hawkeye.
Maybe
because he is a recurring character.
I
I don't remember him being called spear chucker, but look, honestly, if we're being candid, if you're friends with people and you're in that situation, you're Rico, your nickname's Rico. It could have easily been
I don't know that I've ever called anyone a racial slur, whether endearing or not.
Well, I'm just saying, it's one of those things where I can see in this situation, they're just like, whatever. You know, they clearly are fond of him, so that's the nickname.
I guess if you're in war, you're like, whatever, these little jabs don't matter as much.
As soon as they get off the plane on United States soil, he just turns around and beats the shit out of both of them.
Serving in the U.S.
You
Army,
fucking crackers!
Maybe he's from Africa. he immigrated and then
immigrated to Korea.
It's like he's like, hey man, I'm done doing my. He's like an Olympic spear thrower in Kenya, and then he migrates to the U.S., joins the army, and that's his nickname. But it's not. It's racist based.
That was
yes.
Yeah, that was a little surprising. That one.
I guess nobody cared in those days. You didn't have to think about the sensitivity
of simmering rage in the black community when they would see this, and that led to.
What if it was supposed to be kind of?
Like, God damn it! Even watching primetime TV, randomly throwing slurs at us.
Maybe they're like, those were the good old days. Let's go back to that.
There's the Archie Bunker character that was racist, and everybody's like, makes it seem that he's supposed to be this character that was making fun of the whole idea. Is it possible that's also there?
Yeah, it's like the foil. Well, that's the idea.
Yeah.
Like you need to have a foil to make fun of with these characters. And but I don't think that Hawkeye and Pierce are supposed to. I don't think they're making fun of racism. I legitimately think they're like, it's war. This doctor's black, and they nicknamed him Spear Chucker, and that's because they're friends, and that's what they're doing. I think that's legitimately all it was. I'm curious to see. I'm curious to watch.
It's
like
true
5 episodes later and see if they change his name because
I wonder if there's a
Spear Chucker in the credits.
We'll only know if they bring in like a Jewish
Dr. Black guy.
There's no way that's what he's listed at on IMDb.
We'll have to keep an eye. See what they call the other.
IMDb. It's incredible.
See what they call the other ethnicities that come in, right? If there's a Jewish doctor that comes in, Goldberg, and or perhaps like a Latino. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Dreidel face. Grab those clamps. They're always needing clamps on this show. We need clamps. Give us clamps. Good thing they don't name anybody clamps.
But overall, as Rico looks to see if the black doctor credited as Spear Chucker in the credits as they rolled is called Spear Chucker on IMDb. I don't have many more notes. It's only a half an hour show.
What if it's a SPERE? Like it's not even spelled like a normal. His name is actually
they
Spear.
changed it. It's pronounced Spur Chucker.
Yeah, Spial Shukel.
It's French.
He's not on the podcast, so I don't know. What is? I don't know.
Maybe they just wrote him out of the show. They're like, we can't have this anymore.
It's like
just put him down the memory hole, like the gay guy in Golden Girls.
The Chemin.
Dr. Spaceman.
Yeah, it's the Chemin.
So I don't know what you guys grade it. I don't have any. Do you have any more notes on the show? Because it's only a half an hour, so it's 22 minutes.
The only other thing I remember is
I think it's a good show.
Well, hold on. What do you have, Rico?
They were they mentioned the draft in the show, like how they got into that situation.
Yeah, they got a letter in the mail.
Yeah, so
yeah, he's like, I made the mistake of opening the letter.
Fucking draft is real. And then just kind of their zany antics, I guess, like throwing parties and boozing it up. I could see how it would be funny going forward.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna watch another episode, but
I watched like 6 of them in a row last night. Like I said, I watched it before. Like I love it. It's a legitimately great show. It juggles the seriousness and the jokes well, and it's very well written. Like I give it an A. I love it. I think everybody should watch it, especially now because we keep going to fucking wars. So the anti-war sentiment hasn't really set in. Apparently, we've forgotten. We don't have any anti-war TV shows anymore.
But boy, if I had to go to war, I really hope there's like really beautiful blonde women with long, pretty hair. And then you get to have drinks and be really close to them. The problem
now, John, is that all the women that are joining the military now are probably identifying as men and getting their tits chopped off. So,
damn it.
Good luck in that.
All right. Well, then let's be nice to each other. We don't have to go to war with some weirdos.
I'd be a draft dodger in the 60s, a draft dodger in the 70s, and I'd be a draft dodger today. So
100%.
Fuck all of these wars.
Unless we get the only way I wouldn't dodge the draft is if we got invaded. I'm not fucking signing up to go anywhere.
I'm not physically fit.
I'll get drafted to be in my house with a gun.
Can you imagine if they said, hey, you're going to have to like march a few miles carrying some stuff and then you're going to get somewhere and then fight a guy and stab him? I'm not. I'm just going to stay here. I
can fight guys and stab them right here in LA. I'm surrounded by homeless people. Yeah. Like, I can do it tonight.
I can't march anywhere. I'm not a marcher.
If we war with like Thailand, I would definitely sign up and then defect.
Yeah. Just to partake of the lady boys. It'd be funny if the Thai army, they're like, they draft everybody. They're like all eligible men, and it's just a bunch of hot trans people, hot tranny. They're lining up.
Yeah,
with
Thailand
their
wasn't
big
a good
tits and the high
example.
heels.
You're like, who designed your guys?
They're fucking
who designed your uniforms? Like, only we wear bullets.
All right, so what are we gonna do next time, guys? Any thoughts for what to do? I mean, I still think doing Double Dare would be a fun old show. It's Nickelodeon is under the Paramount banner, but I guarantee you can find Double Dare on like YouTube too. But we could see Double Dare be fun. I don't know what new shows are out. Let me see. New shows.
Should we stick with like a dating show for a new show? Because there's a million of them.
Now let's mix it up. I don't want to do just. It'd be fun to do a new sitcom and see how shitty they are, because so many of them are fucking awful. Let's see. New shows March 2024 that are coming out.
Yeah.
New Hulu shows. Let's see what Hulu's got. Maybe we'll do a Hulu one. So, Freaknik, The Wildest Party Ever Told. Oh, it's a documentary. We need a series.
I'm looking for top shows on Netflix right now. But, don't see the
new
top
TV series. Because that's the thing. Half of these are like they're new, but they're returning shows. Super Sex. That sounds good.
Sounds
I
promising.
Like sex.
Perhaps there's
I do like Super. Okay, wait a minute. What is this fucking hot shit? That's got to be a fucking movie. Because this it looks like it's 4 women, one of whom is in an orange sparkling trench coat. That looks like something I should.
I think I got a good. I got to go with old show.
Fresh season of Girls with a Z5. Eva. That sounds like one we should have watched. Maybe still could.
Old show idea. Baywatch.
Baywatch would be awesome.
Yeah.
What about a?
I don't know where it is though.
Oh, wait a minute.
That?
Oh, we got to watch this. Okay, we found it. Porn star Rocco Siffredi bears it all in new series, Super Sex.
Ooh.
What is this
super
on?
sexy.
Apparently it has boundaries pushing sex scenes, so that's fun. Super Sex tells the story of how Rocco Siffredi escaped a humble life and emerged as the world's greatest porn star. 7-episode arc. We in?
Who says he's the greatest porn star?
I mean, we all know that
we're gonna find out.
Who's that guy with the massive wang?
Johnny Sins.
No,
Peter.
But he looks like me, so I'm a fan. No,
it's Dirk
Diggler.
Diggler.
Yeah, Rocco. No, it is Rocco. You know what? I agree. He is. Rocco's got a massive cock. He is the greatest male porn star. I give him credit. Let's watch it. We're in. Super Sex is the new show we're doing. It comes out in March, so that'll work out timing-wise. And what do you want to do? You want to do Baywatch for March 6th? Oh, shit. That might be too old. We have to save that for next time then, or for 2 from now. All right. The new show's TBD. We'll talk about that off air. If you guys have suggestions, by the way, tweet them at us. You can tweet them at Brian McWilliams. You can tweet it at First Episode Podcast on our Facebook. You could post it on the comments of the video here. Wherever you want to do it. We're open to suggestions, guys, if you have a new show you want us to watch. And the old show.
We're open to subjections.
We're open to conjecture, subjecting.
We're open to thruples.
Torture. Thruples?
So,
yeah.
Well, we're already 3 of us. We're into quapples.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying if there's any couples that like to watch the show and would like a third, just let us know.
I encourage more couples or thruples to watch the show. And then, all right, so we're doing Baywatch. Is that the plan for next?
If we can find it, if it's somewhere streaming, we'll watch it.
Baywatch has to be. If you can masturbate to it, it has to be on television or it has to be streaming somewhere. All right, Baywatch is the old show. The new show is TBD. If you have an idea, tweet it at us or comment on here. And that's about it. Any other final thoughts?
Nothing from this side.
Let's watch a good new show.
That would be fun.
Well,
we don't know. We don't know. We don't know until we try, Rico.
We're like 0 for 5 or something.
As long as they make a good show
that's good, yeah.
My wife was asking me. She's like, "What? Have you watched any good new shows yet?" I was like, "No, they all blow. They're all terrible.
Terrible.
Every one of them is terrible.
Offensively terrible.
Awful."
Well, that's why we watch them so that the other folks don't have to.
Yeah, there's a cartoon called like Grimsburg or something on Hulu. That I don't know how old it is. It looks like it's new. Could watch that.
All right. There it is.
All right, we'll talk about it. All right, later, jerks.
It was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good,
It
though.
could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!
Boo!